409 seconds. We'll go 328 laps this afternoon, and the field is separated by just about 0.8 of a second.
The problem with the racetrack, the corners are so long. Each turn is a half mile. Each straightaway a quarter mile. And there we see pit road, only one pit road on the front straightaway at the start finish line. There's turns 1 and 2. Once again, a half mile long bank, 24 degrees. Same thing for 3 and 4. So the drivers, we can see the banking at 24 degrees. The straightaways are banked 5 degrees. And Bob, this is a tough racetrack physically on the drivers because of being in the corner so much.
All the drivers will say it's one of the toughest tracks because you are turning almost constantly. The Apache helicopters continue to hover overhead as the field now begins to get in formation. Richard Petty, as he has done at every race this year on the Fan Appreciation Tour, is leading this first parade lap, and then he will fall back into his regularly assigned spot, which today is 39th. And we have an in-car camera riding with the King this afternoon on his final event. There it is, looking out the back to the other 40 starters. Jimmy Hensley will also carry one of our in-car cameras, the Phillips 66 in-car camera, as he is going through the banking in turns number 3 and 4. There's Sterling Marlin in the Maxwell House Ford, car number 22. He also will carry an in-car camera for us here this afternoon.
Yeah, I got you.
There's Mark Martin's car number 6, the Valvoline Ford, with an in-car camera.
Morgan Shepherd will have the roof cam. That ought to be fun.
Ought to be fantastic. And what a crowd we have. Look at the fans.
Oh, boy.
Waving to the drivers as they go down the front straightaway. Now Richard will fall back into his starting position, as you said.
The Apache helicopters now in their hover and begin to chase the field as it goes around this 1.5 mile oval.
I expect the race cars to win this race.
It is quite a spectacle, though, to see all of this pre-race activity and to end the season on this tremendous note. It's been a great season, but to think that we have 6 drivers eligible to win the championship depending upon what happens in the next 328 laps is absolutely unbelievable. Look at the altitude that this helicopter is.
What do you mean altitude?
There's hardly any altitude at all, is there?
Exactly.
He's not more than 25 feet off the ground down the backstretch, now moving up a little bit to clear the grandstands as they fly by us.
When I said they might win this race, I meant when the race cars are up to full speed, not when they're going around on a pace lap.
That's right. But the fans are loving it. There isn't a single person gathered here this afternoon who is seated. Everybody is up. Everybody is anticipating the start of the race. And there's a lot at stake money-wise. $778,187 will go to the winner of this event here today. The Unical bonus, if Rick Mast can win, is worth $15,200.
No. The winner won't get $778,000. That's the total purse.
The total purse.
The winner will get about $75,000.
Yeah, pretty good share of it.
Not too bad. And we're also racing for the Winston Cup Point Fund, which is worth $2 or $3 million. So $3 or $4 million at stake today.
Million drivers goes to the champion, of course. One of 6 drivers. There's the in-car camera with the King, Richard Petty. He's fallen back into 39th position now. And in one more lap, he will get this race underway.
Okay, guys.
He and Davey Allison. Of course, Richard, I don't think is showing his emotion the way that Davey is. We could tell that Davey, I talked to him earlier, he really is nervous.
It's kind of unusual to hear a driver admit that he is nervous before a race. But if things go the way they tell me they go with race drivers, at this point, now that the car has started, he's within a half lap of going green. He's forgotten all that and is calmed down now and ready to race. The Apache helicopters salute the field now as they fly over the infield, and they will be going on past the second turn, and all eyes will then be focused upon the field.
And they'll go wherever helicopters go.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick Mast winning his very first pole position in Winston Cup competition. 28 drivers have led a lap in 1992, but not Rick Mast. He has not led a race since Darlington in September of last year. Let's see if he does lead lap number 1.
Quite a shock when Rick Mast won the pole position on qualifying Friday afternoon.
The crowd rises to its feet, salutes the field as it comes down. The green flag waves, and the Hooters 500 is underway. Oh, and we have a spin. Bodine is in the fence. So is Rick Mast.
Oh, no. Davey got through. Kyle Petty got through. I think I saw Alan Kowicki on the bottom of the racetrack getting through.
There are 4 or 5 cars that are heavily damaged. The caution flag is Bill Elliott got through.
Then they're racing back to the
Kowicki.
line. They're racing back to the line, trying to lead a lap. Here they come. Mark Martin trying desperately to lead a lap and get 5 bonus points.
But Dale Earnhardt won't let it.
Rick Mast, the pole sitter, is heavily damaged in the right front and in the right rear of the car. The accident occurred as the cars went into turn number 1 after they had completed just 1 lap. Here's what happened. Bodine was in the lead as they crossed the stripe, but Rick Mast was right there on the outside, and then Brett's car got out from under him.
Got out from under him. Rick Mast spins, and we see all the cars going by on the inside. And Mark Martin, what a great job he's doing saving that automobile. Kowicki turned the car left. Now here comes, who is that yellow car? Is that 41?
I believe it.
Is that Hut Strickland in the Kellogg's Cornflakes car? We see Kyle Petty going right through the middle of that. Here's another angle. What happens is that Rick Mast on the outside of Brett Bodine takes all the cushion away, and he's not able to get any air.
And Earnhardt ran right up under Brett Bodine, which took the air off the spoiler, and the cushion was gone from the outside. He didn't have anything to lean on.
No, he had no air at all to lean on.
From Airship Shamu hovering overhead. Good perspective of the crash and how most people avoid it. There is Hut Strickland's contact with Brett Bodine.
We see some sheet metal going across, and there is that Rich Bickle. Looks like Rich Bickle spinning out. And there is, looks like maybe Jimmy Spencer also.
Remember now, we have seen Davey Allison, Alan Kowicki, and Bill Elliott. There is Elliott right behind Morgan Shepherd. All 3 of those cars appear to be okay and did not get involved in the second lap accident here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll be right back.
Wondering.
Okay. ESPN Speed World today at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Hooters 500, the 29th and final race of the 92 season for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. And we've had an accident on the second lap as 6 cars were involved in this incident. Wally Dallenbach Jr. and Rich Bickle spun. 4 others have received some damage. They are Brett, Rick, Hutt, and Jimmy Spencer. Now, the exciting Gillette Halfway Challenge is coming up in today's race. The driver leading at the halfway lap will win $10,000, and you, a fan at home, will have a chance to win a beautiful Chevrolet Lumina Z34. If you've entered the contest for this race and your entry is selected and you are called at home, you must name the driver who wins the Gillette Halfway Challenge $10,000 award to be eligible to win the Chevrolet Lumina Z34. Dale Earnhardt is the leader of the race, while the cleanup goes on over in turns number 1 and 2.
Let's watch Davey Allison as he goes through the wreck. There's Jimmy Spencer right in front of him. Davey is trying to get his car slowed. Spencer goes high. Davey